Hello there lovely people and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, I'm really excited today and you guys know why, because we finally hit 1k subscribers. Yeah, and I can't express how excited I am on this channel or in this video, but I can promise you I am 120% excited. So I was planning to run a giveaway contest for 1k subs, but the thing is I really don't know the prize to give to the winner, so I'm still thinking about it because I want to give the winner the best, because you guys have been really supportive and I can tell you how I'm grateful to you guys. Thank you for you all for making this possible, because without you this wouldn't have been possible. So if you're watching today and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel as we grow bigger and bigger. So yeah, let's move into today's video. So in today's video I'll be making this dress. It's a floral dress and it has a ruching effect at the bust area, or let's call it a milkmaid dress, and it also has a circular skirt below. So it's really simple and also has straps at the shoulder. So that is what we're going to do today, and I'll be making use of patterns at the top, and then for the lower side we'll be cutting it freehand. I already did a circular skirt tutorial on my channel already, so I guess if you already watched that it would be easier for you. So without wasting much time, let's get right into today's video. So I already did the bust cycle. Now I'm going to draw a line at the neckline, and then I'll also make a line in the middle of the cycle. And then also contour the waist. This is to make the waistband very snug fitting. It's not purposely for the bust area because there's going to be ruching there. So this is mainly for the waistband. So I went out half of an inch on both sides of the dart and joined the lines like this. And for the neckline contouring, I went out quarter of an inch. And at the side I went in half of an inch and then drew a line to the waistline. For the length of the top, I went down quarter of an inch because I didn't want it to end exactly under the bust, so I went a little bit down at quarter of an inch. And for the waistband I did 3 inches. So that is the waistband I'm doing, and then I'll cut the waistband out. So fold that in and close it with an adhesive tape or whatever you have. Cut away the extra and add allowance to the waistband. Okay, so that is the waistband that is going to be cut on fold. Now I'm going to contour the neckline, so I'll slash through it and close it. This is to remove gaping from the neckline, even though there's going to be ruching. And also at the line that we made at the middle, I came up 2 1/4 of an inch, and at the armhole I went down half of an inch. And then from there at the dot line I came out about 2 inches, and then from the bust circle 1 inch and joined it to the armhole area, and then also from there joined it to the center front where we came up at 2.5. So now fold in your dart and correct the neckline, and then if you're satisfied with it, cut it out. So this is how the front is going to look, but since it's going to be there's going to be a ruching, I'm going to make a duplicate of this and then keep this particular one for the inner lining. So for the inner lining we're going to maintain this, and for the outer fabric we're going to slash and spread for the ruching. And then around the armhole there's ruching but not that much, so I would spread it just a little bit so you would see. So get a long paper and make a straight line below, and then start pasting your slashed papers, and then spread them out to your this according to how much ruching or gathers you want. And around the armhole you can see that I'm not spreading it so wide. So after that I noticed that I wanted to add more ruching to the neckline area, so I spread it out a little bit more. So when you think you're satisfied, shape it, add allowance, and cut it out for your front piece. And for this pattern I already added allowances to the side seams and everything already, so I'm not adding allowance to the side. You can see I'm only adding to the upper and lower side, and for the center front it will be cut on fold, so there is no need to add allowance. So this is our front piece and the waistband. So after ruching it should match with the waistband. And for the back I'll draw a straight line through that, and then the new line I'll mark the middle and then draw a new dot. And then at the side also I came in half an inch like I did for the front and cut it out. I also came down half at the armhole and drew the back line. So with the back I noticed that it wasn't recording whilst I was doing the remaining parts. So what I did for the side was to align the front side. The front is without allowance yet, so I aligned it like this and then made sure it's of the same length. So here, this is how it looks. So if I add allowance to the front, then the side will be the same. And with the center back I also added zip extension of 1 inch. I added an extra paper there. So this is the main center back, and then I added 1 inch of zip extension. So that is the main thing I did to the back. So this is the fabric I'll be using. It's a floral cotton fabric. It's really lightweight and the texture is really. So I first started with the lower side, which is a circular skirt. So I folded my fabric into 4, and then mark your waist radius, which is your waist circumference divided by 6.28. So mark it all around there, and then that will give you the waist of the circular skirt. And then mark your skirt length also. My length is not that wide to cover everything, so I'm doing my best for you to see, but I already have a video on how to cut a circular skirt and I'll put the link up there. So once you cut it out, slash one side of the skirt for the opening at the back, and also lay your front patterns and cut them out. Remember, the front pieces will be on fold and the back piece would we need 4 of the back pieces, so cut 4. So with this one, I haven't added allowance yet, so I'll add the allowance first before cutting. So this is what it looks after adding the allowance, and I'm going to trace out the dots and mark them out. So these are all the patterns. Make sure you have the front piece, the outer piece, and then the waistband. We need 2 of that. It should be cut on fold. And then the inner lining, which is the original one with all the dots, and 4 of the back pieces, the skirt piece, and the straps for the shoulders. And what we're going to do now is to run 2 basting stitches on this part of the front at the neckline, waistline, and around the armhole area. And with this piece, the inner lining, we're just going to hold in the dots at the waistline and around the neckline. And also make your straps, join them and make a long strap. And for the basting stitch, use the longest stitch on your machine. And this is how it looks when it's done. This is the inner lining for the front piece, and turn your straps over inside out. I usually use the bobbin pin because it makes my life so easier. So yeah, I'm going to need 4 of the straps for both sides. And also I'm ruching or making the gathering for the front piece now at the neckline and also at the waistline, and a little bit of ruching around the armhole area, because as I said earlier on, I didn't want a lot of ruching at the armhole area. So if you want to know if the ruching is enough, just match it with the inner lining, so that will give you the exact measurements. So you would know if you need to ruch more or release the ruching or gathers a little bit, since we're going to line it with the inner lining. Does it make sense? Yeah. So yeah, do that until they both align. So now join the waistband to each of the front piece, the inner lining and the outer lining. So once that is done, take the back pieces and join the side seams for both the inner lining and the outer fabric. So that is what I'm doing. I'm joining the side seams of the front piece and the back piece. And I'll do same for the inner lining. So this is the inner lining. I did same. So now I'll send it to the machine and sew the side seam. So once that is done, now attach your straps, your shoulder straps. So attach it to the pointed part at the front, and for the back, from the side seam, I went out 4 inches and attached the straps. And then once that is done, I'll face it with the front piece, pin them up. Once you're done sewing, trim off the allowance a little bit and then flip it over and do an understitch on the lining, and then give it a nice press to make it look neat and professional. So this is how it looks after the understitch and ironing. You can see that it looks flat and neat. So now what I'm going to do is to align the waist of the top to the waist of the skirt. Pin them up and then make a stitch from one end to the. So after making the stitch, I went ahead and finished the raw edges with a zigzag stitch. You can use a serger if you have one. So this is how it's looking at this moment. You can make a top stitch on the waistband if you want. So what I'm going to do now is to fix the zipper at the back. So I'm going to use an invisible zip, a long one, and then I'll go ahead and stitch the hem with a rolled seam. So this is how it looks after stitching the zipper, and make sure the seam at the waistline is matching. If not, then you have to take your zip out and try fixing it again. And here the hem is also stitched. So our dress is done, and this is the final result. So I would put it on and show you guys how it looks like.